that ended Kevin Keegan's reign at Manchester City on Monday. Thierry Henry's calf strain has dealt Arsenal another savage blow. Jose Reyes partners Dennis Bergkamp through the middle, with Pires returning on the left ahead of Clichy. The official line from Arsenal is that Ashley Cole is on the bench because of that hamstring. The average age of the Arsenal bench, by the way, 21.5. Pedersen and Jaidi scored at Highbury this season for Bolton Wanderers. Nearly 200 caps amongst their substitutes. The last time, by the way, Arsenal were drawn away and lost that away game in the Cup was at Wrexham in the third round 13 years ago.
Well, I think if Arsenal to play well today, Jonathan, this guy's central to it. He had a fantastic game in midweek against Bayern Munich, and he's really come into his own. Started off with a lot of injuries, but calling him the young Tony Adams, and he just feels like he's finding his confidence. And if he is to play well, the guy he's playing against today for Bolton, their current player of the year, Kevin Davies, he's having a good season. That lonely forward up front, he doesn't give the defence a respite at all. He chases everything and puts them under pressure, and that's what the main aim is today from Bolton, to do exactly what they did in the 2 league ties. And Antonio Reyes, well, there's been a lot said about him. I just think he's one of the most gifted players in the Premiership. You know, he's the kind of person who can turn a game, a close contest, and that's what I expect today, a really, really close contest between, quite frankly, 2 teams, and it's their biggest game of the season.
Interesting that Hunter's been rushed back from his injury. Sam Allardyce thinks, Mark, he's more astute defensively than Candela.
Yes, well, a little bit more grit and just a bit more nous as well, and I quite like Hunt as well. He gets forward and he's got a lot of energy.
Change of venue and of weather for Stephen Bennett, the referee, who was in Monaco this week for the Champions League tie against PSV Eindhoven. That was a fairly warm night. It is dry, but it is a raw-boned lunchtime at the Reebok. And it will be Bolton Wanderers to kick off, it looks like. All in white. El Hadj Diouf, a man in form. His goal on Monday night sunk Manchester City. He wants to stay here. A big day for Arsène Wenger, who says his French stars, Vieira, Henry, Pires, will all stay despite the lack of success this season. It hasn't been his best season. Arsenal will need a big performance from their captain today. It's Bolton kicking from left to right towards the travelling Arsenal supporters, who get us off and underway. And this is Stelios Yiannakopoulos, who scored the winner here in the league this season, challenged by Gal Clichy. And Bolton say they want the spirit that took Yiannakopoulos' Greece to the European Championship in the summer. Davis is the main man in that 6-yard area, and they will be dangerous, as we've heard, on set pieces, but Vieira gets his head to that. Clichy's underneath it, and Speed spoons it back, and Lehmann settles for the goal kick.
Good positive start, really, from Bolton, looking to get that ball in the box early. Now the first set piece, that's exactly what they did.
The pitch is pock-marked, as you'll see, as Bergkamp takes on Tel Beinheim. Nolan. Yiannakopoulos. Nolan. Clichy did well, and Sondros excellent against Bayern Munich and against Portsmouth last weekend, helped out by Touré. His first season at Arsenal last season wrecked by injury and illness problems, but the minute they signed him, they said this could be the next Tony Adams. Sondros in his defence under pressure now from El Hadj Diouf in there. Ljungberg will get it away. And I fear he might have been caught a little bit late there by Kevin Nolan. Gardner looking for Davis, who's had such a strong season for Bolton. Vieira, a cup winner in his days at Real Madrid. He did win far more significant trophies than that, of course. Gardner with the throw, El Hadj Diouf making the move, and Ljungberg cut it out. Here's Bergkamp, Flamini, another for the future at Arsenal. Gotti. Up to Davis. Toure away. Their defence actually has looked far more secure with Toure and Sonderos in their mark than it did when Seagon was playing alongside Toure.
Well, one thing they don't need today is to drop too deep, because if they drop that ball into Kevin Davies, he'll win all the headers or he'll bring it down in his chest and put them under pressure.
Here's Perez. Ljungberg making a great run. Ljungberg over Escalada. What a start for Arsenal! 2 minutes played, a tremendous start as Freddie Ljungberg puts Arsenal ahead at the end of another disappointing week. Is there a silver lining to their cloudy season?
Well, just the start. I mean, 2 set-piece throws into their own box, Arsenal, but this is where it all comes. You can just see here, just being played deep by is it Nicky Hunt, and it's a great run by Freddie Ljungberg. He scores so many important goals for them. His 13th goal of the season, just cutting in from the right-hand side. It sometimes makes him hard to pick up, but Perez spots the run. It's a beautiful little weighted ball. The keeper commits himself. It's a lovely little touch.
Man who scored in 2 FA Cup finals, Freddie Ljungberg, puts Arsenal ahead in this quarter-final. They've won their last 8 FA Cup quarter-finals. It's only Bolton's 4th at this stage of the competition since they won the Cup in 1958. Arsenal lead it, Ljungberg in the 3rd minute.
It's the kind of thing that Arsenal really needed, because they've had 2 really tough league games against Bolton. I was at Highbury when they drew 2-2, and that was physical. They lost up here recently 1-0, so they know what they're going to come up against, a really physical, in-your-face game. And to get that goal early, well, that'll settle them down.
Stalios. Davis is making a run through the middle, that dragged Toure slightly out of position perhaps, looking for Diouf, but a throw-in. Arsenal looking for a record 24th FA Cup semi-final with a victory here. The 3 most successful teams in Cup history, Manchester United, Arsenal and Tottenham, all left in this season's competition. This the 774th game in this campaign's FA Cup. Here's Reyes. Comes to Bergkamp. Vieira. Clichy. Perez staying wide. Oh, and skipping beyond Yanakopoulos. He didn't have any cover in behind him. He thought Hunt was the cover. This is Bergkamp. Reyes turned the wrong way, perhaps. With the second turn, turned back into trouble, and Bolton smother.
He wanted to get back onto his left foot, didn't he? But as that ball was played to him from Bergkamp, was superbly weighted. Just take it with your right foot and have a shot.
This is Toure, who was a substitute in the 2003 final against Southampton. Flamini, who played in the UEFA Cup final last season for Marseille. Bergkamp thought he was caught late, but the referee was right there. Just the sort of start Arsenal wanted.
Look how congested it is in the middle as well, Jonathan. Just, you know, Dennis Bergkamp's dropped so far off Reyes, and what's happening is Perez is going inside there, and what they've got is like a little triangle. Vieira, Bergkamp, Perez, they're keeping the ball. This is the foul there, holding on Vieira. It's a good start from Arsenal. They're pushing Bolton back now.
Here's Speed with a challenge. Flamini is there. Toure to Vieira, and here's Clichy. I wonder if we'll see him as a regular in the future now for Arsenal left back, with this uncertainty over Ashley Cole's future. This is a great run by the young Frenchman. But it's a Bolton throw.
Yeah, that was really well played. Down the ball all the way there.
He's been very impressed, Sam Allardyce, with Talbenheim.
Yes.
You know, he's keeping Jaidi on the bench. Jaidi's had to, well, especially the first half of the season, a very strong campaign.
I was speaking to Antti Barnes, old Charlton colleague of mine, and he was saying he's done ever so well. He's sometimes a little bit rash, but he's having a good time.
Larem, lots of space. Ljungberg is there, going wide now. Larem looks for Bergkamp, nearly came to Reyes. Then Haim got the touch, the current Israeli national captain. Here's Diouf. Here's foul. Toure got a little bit too tight with him. And again, Bolton presumably will look for Davis. Diouf there to the top of your picture, and Yiannakopoulos to Davis's right. Here's Torre climbing on him. This is Diouf. He goes down very easily. And Flamini was definitely fouled.
Well, Davis is complaining strongly to the referee. That's Diouf there. Oh, somebody's been hit. Is that Lehmann?
Lehmann has gone down, and Diouf was trying to argue, get to the referee to argue, as Lehmann went down.
I think Lehmann tries to stop him, and well,
Stephen Bennett, the calm figure in there. Diouf, his temper is completely gone in the opening 8 minutes of the game.
Well, the assistant referee, on the near side, he saw everything, and he's walking across to speak to the referee. Diouf needs to calm down. He needs to calm down. He feels he's been fouled. This is the first one. Kevin Davies feels he's fouled here. Now this...
He's off. He's off. Diouf sent off after 8 minutes. And Bolton's start to this FA Cup quarter-final has been disastrous. 1-0 down and down to 10 men.
Well,
he's got to get off the pitch.
The best thing he can do now is go off. I mean, he's smiling to himself. What he's done is let his teammates down, he's let his manager down, and all the supporters. If you feel you've been fouled, okay, you feel you've been fouled. You can't go swinging your arms and punching people. And I think he caught Lehmann in the face there. The assistant referee saw it all. I think Lehmann's just trying to stop him from running towards the referee. And he... wow, it's a dramatic start to the game, as for Bolton.
Another big occasion for Diouf. Again, has found him wanting. Watch this now.
Well, we can see Lehmann comes up. I mean, I cannot believe it. I think Lehmann tries to stop him, just say, leave it, don't get involved. And it's just a straight elbow. Well, Kevin Davies felt he was fouled on the first one, and then Diouf felt he was fouled on the second one.
Sam Allardyce has worked so hard on him, and has been so encouraged by performances as well, but he's let himself badly down, and his club. And Bolton have to play over 80 minutes with 10 men.
The game plan's gone out the window now, because the game plan is to press all over the pitch. The closest man to press Arsenal, go close, try and force them to give the ball away. And what you've done now, they're allowed to play the ball at the back because you can't get the pressure on them. They'll probably go 4-4-1, and Kevin Davies is going to have to work harder. It's a tall order now.
You heard Peter Reid saying beforehand the plan was that Sam Allardyce thought the Arsenal fullbacks were weak at the far post. Well, Diouf would have played a huge role in exposing that deficiency. This is Sierra back in and easily dealt with by Lehmann. The boos are for Lehmann from the Bolton fans, but the pictures clearly show he was caught by a swinging elbow.
Yeah, well, you can see now. This is the better view of it. Like he's obviously just saying to Diouf, steady, steady, and he just gives him an arm in the face. That's clear for everyone to see. Now the assistant referee is on the right-hand side and sees that. You can see him down here. He's got no other thing to send Diouf off.
From that angle, it seemed it wasn't an elbow, but more like a flat hand in the face. Davis is in there again at the near post and gets the touch. Yiannakopoulos is behind him, but pushing.
Yes.
Oh, now words between Torre and Yiannakopoulos. Well, they say Arsenal don't like it when opponents get in their face. Arsenal are happy at this moment in time to match Bolton's physicality, and they'll have to.
Well, you can say what you want about Arsenal. They don't like this, they don't like that. They've just been on a run of 50-odd games without losing, and during that 50 games they faced everything. Teams who play, teams who attack them, people who play 5 in the middle, 5 at the back.
This is Yiannakopoulos away by Flamini. Ngotti caught in possession by Jose Reyes. And was he blocked off? He was, and again there are tempers here.
His arm swinging there between Reyes. He could go as well here. I think he pulled Ngotti back. I think there's some arms flailing.
And the referee has had a hard 11 minutes here to deal with.
There's been a hard 11 minutes, but I think he's dealt with it well. I don't think there's any option he could do. I think that's a pull back from Reyes. He's smiling. Must be pleased with the yellow card. But he gives the ball away. He tries to get... I mean, what you can just see there, and got his hands across his face. It's a flick of the ankle, and then the arms down the back. Gotti's not too happy, and the crowd as well. The crowd are looking for the referee to level it up for them.
just back from a domestic ban for poking out to the Sheffield United player as well. It's daft, isn't it? Players must realise that tens of thousands of children are watching this. They must set examples. Davison at the near post, away by Sonderos, but then the follow-up shot was by Nolan and easily dealt with again by Lehmann.
Well, Davis is causing trouble on the set pieces, isn't he? They've got Vieira behind him, but they haven't probably got enough height in the team. It's Sonderos who's got to pick up Vieira, whoever comes up for the throw. And they're not dealing with it. They're not getting rid of the ball.
This is Clichy. Perez from Vieira. Arsenal certainly want to play around Bolton now and use the extra man. Vieira, they find space here. Laurent to Ljungberg. Vieira. Have such a wonderful record in this competition, Arsenal. 5 defeats in 50 ties under Arsene Wenger. Perez was caught late by Nolan. And a handshake and a smile to defuse the situation. Vieira. Touré. Sonderos. Now Touré. Look at the space for Perez, and Arsenal will find the space now. And Vieira making the run. Gotti's there with him. Vieira has not been able to keep it in.
Good football though, great run from the captain. This is exactly what Sam Allardyce didn't want. You can see that Arsenal now have got a good shape to the team. They've got lots of width, and they're playing the ball around the back into midfield and passing it wide. Bolton can't get enough pressure on the ball, which is what happened right at the start of the game.
I think Sam Allardyce will also be furious. He felt he would feel clearly that Bolton should have had at least one free kick just before the sending off for the foul, perhaps on Davis and indeed on Diouf. He thought he was fouled in the penalty area.
Those challenges, I mean, you might see it a little in a short while, where they rarely go for the striker. As a striker, sometimes I wanted to bring it down my chest. The defender jumps up, puts his hands on top of your shoulders and heads it clear. Now you say to the referee, that's a foul. He says not.
Long throw. Davis awaiting the final delivery in from speed. The arrows forward, standing next to Davis. This is Hunt. Vieira once again, deflected off Flamini. Davis. Sonderos, interesting, kept his arms right down by his side, his hands clasped behind his back as he came forward. No risk of him being hit, and a penalty given.
Well, this will be identical to a corner, the way they set up here. 2 on the near post again. Vieira and Davis. And they've got to stop them winning that ball, Arsenal.
Speed in, looking for Davis. Lehmann, well, there was contact there from Davis as well. And Stephen Bennett is having a hard job keeping this under control.
Yeah, I think Lehmann calls for it, clearly collects it. Davis with the elbow. Slightly unnecessary, a bit theatrical from Lehmann. Davis escapes without a booking.
Bolton played in the first Wembley final, and they had high hopes of playing in the last Cardiff final. Last time they reached this stage, they went out on penalties to Aston Villa at Wembley, I seem to remember. They've had such a good run of late, 9 wins in 11 after their rotten autumn.
Yes.
Touré. Laurent, Flamini and Bergkamp sees the run through the middle of Reyes. Escalainen, the sole Bolton survivor from that Villa semi-final, was there.
Lovely pass out there from the arrow. I mean, they're always going to rely on their set pieces, Bolton, but even more so now.
The offender.
Yes.
Davis is there with Sonderos. Vieira dropping back. Vichy on the shoulder of Stelios. Lotti with the delivery in. Vieira away. Vieira caught it with the left foot, but well wide. Let's have another look at this incident just before the sending off.
And this is the first challenge, which I say, Kevin Davies is looking for a free kick there. Now, Diouf, he feels he's been fouled. I don't see anybody touch him. He's thrown his arms up in the air, he's looking at the referee. He's moving. Now, Lehmann just touches him on the shoulder, no problem. Well, I don't think the referee sees it, does he? The assistant referee might be flagging by that stage.
Can be no excuses, though, really, for striking in a foul.
Well,
not that early in the quarterfinal, surely, Mark.
Not at any time. I mean, the best thing about conceding a goal that early, I mean, there's nothing great about conceding, but you know, you've got sort of 88 minutes to get another goal back. You know, you've still got 11 men on the game plan doesn't change at that stage.
Arsene Wenger sitting next to Vic Akers, who, by the way, still holds hope of a quadruple this season. He's manager of the Arsenal women's team.
They won this week, didn't they?
They won the League Cup. Away by Toure, but indecision between the defender and the goalkeeper.
Well, it's the last thing that they need. You can see Lehmann's shouting to him, if in doubt, put it out. That's the key, but for Bolton, they use this as a corner. Speed's long throw.
Kept 3 clean sheets in the last 3 games, Arsenal. When it comes to Davis, it came off Vieira, Giannakopoulos, and that's saved by the goalkeeper from point-blank range. Header by Stelios Giannakopoulos.
Superb run. You can see him, number 7, just by Perez. Perez lets him go. I think it comes off Vieira's head, and he attacks the ball. He just really doesn't get any direction away from Lehmann.
You should know all about him in the air. He scored in the league here this season. He's not the tallest on the football field, is he, at 5'8"?
He got his timing perfect. I mean, he just took a chance, and it's a key. Obviously, Sanderos and Vieira trying to stop the flick on at the near post, but sometimes it comes off your head.
Sanderos. Here's Vieira underneath it. Perez. Reyes got the flick. Tiaskalainen will deal with it as Reyes scampers on. Not enjoying the best of form at the moment. His season has gone flat. He has played a lot of games, Reyes, 34 this season for a 21-year-old, and Arsene Wenger has admitted that that's too many, and also the likes of Fabregas have tired as the season has gone on. Gardner tussling with Ljungberg, who fouled him.
I thought that was the other way. But Gardner was holding Ljungberg.
Always going to be competitive, an Arsenal-Bolton clash of footballing cultures, some might say, but there is an underlying spitefulness. Oh! Well, you never quite know what to expect, do you?
Well, the pitch there's not much grass on it, it's dry, bony. Unbelievable.
Vieira. Here's Reyes. Reyes making the run there to his left, but he chooses the right at Ljungberg. He's the man whose goal separates the sides. Lauren. Reyes. Arsenal say his future is secure. He's going nowhere, despite the rumours you'll have heard. And that's a lovely one too. Reyes here. Reyes in the box, and Jääskeläinen stops it with his legs. A free kick here to Bolton, and they'll be able to relieve some pressure. That was a lovely move.
Football from Arsenal. Fantastic, good one-touch movement here. So Reyes is at the centre of what's happening. He just gives and goes, and nobody goes with him. I think Ngotti gets a little arm across him, just a little one. Doesn't allow him to set himself up, but the goalkeeper, Jääskeläinen, makes a really good save. There's the arm, just sends him off balance a bit. Goalkeeper made a good save.
See Jääskeläinen in that Bolton goal, keeping the score down to 1-0. Here's Nolan. Chased by Flamini. It's a Bolton throw.
You know what's going to happen here.
Great worker, Mathieu Flamini. Speed will be looking for Davis and the arrow in there again. Vieira headed away. Now Gardner. Stelios Yiannakopoulos again and got a header in.
I think it was Peter Reid who said before the game, Sam feels at set pieces the full-backs can be got at. And I don't think they get out. I think they should be on the edge of the box by now. I mean, Clichy's the wrong side. Completely the wrong side. If he gets a good header on there, it's in.
Now Hunt. Stelios. Speed is in the box far side. He looks for him. He gets the header down. Came off Lamine. And just the deflection was enough. And again, Bolton scream at the referee because they feel Davis was pushed.
Yeah, I think it's Sanderos on Davis. I think he was looking for a little bit of help from the referee. Just leaned on by the big centre-back from Arsenal. Not a penalty for me.
Bolton will claim they've been hard done by in these opening 23 minutes with decisions, but from what we've seen, Steve Bennett has them right. Laurent to Bergkamp. Now Flamini, who's already covered a lot of ground. Reyes to Pires. Looks for Clichy. Pires again. Reyes. Arsenal keeping possession. And Bergkamp drove it in as Bolton stood statuesque and watched the move build up.
Well, they're behind the ball. They've got 8 behind the ball, Bolton. Arsenal kept it well. Fullbacks joining in play on both sides. Lauren and then Clichy. It's really important to try and make the extra man count.
Here's Ngotti. Bolton's season has been a curious affair. They started well and they had a terrible autumn and early part to the winter, 6 defeats in a row in November, December, but they've turned it around in 2005. Here's the arrow. Hunt. Davis. Good run here by Stelios. Good challenge by Vieira. It's a corner to Bolton.
They're still in this, Bolton. You can just feel it from a set piece or good play from Davies. Stelios supporting really well. Important challenge from Vieira.
Nolan is in there. And Vieira, Davis too. Arsenal have got all their players back inside their penalty area. One of them was Dennis Bergkamp, but it's another corner. Should they leave one up? Should they pack their penalty area like this?
Well, this is a cup game, isn't it? I mean, sometimes some teams are leaving 2 up, sometimes to keep 3 back, but they've still got the height in there, haven't they? They've still got Davies, they've still got Hierro, and Gotti's up there.
Is Lehmann good enough to come through a packed 6-yard area, packed penalty area?
What they don't need to do now is don't foul the goalkeeper.
Oh, and unopposed. Big Sam won't like that.
Too much height on the ball. Too much height on the ball, it's easy for the goalkeeper.
Vieira looks for Reyes. Ben Heim was there with him. It's an Arsenal ball.
I thought that was Bolton's. I thought Ben Heim did right. He tried to sell Reyes a dummy and then he turned and played it off him.
Nothing going right for the home side. Down to 10 men. You've just joined us for this lunchtime kickoff. El Hadj Diouf sent off in the opening 8 minutes for swinging an arm at Jens Lehmann. Arsenal already 1-0 up by them with this man scoring Freddie Ljungberg. Intriguing quarterfinals later on, of course. Live on the BBC, Southampton against Manchester United. Toure away. He hasn't had the same security about his game this season as he had last season. He had Sol Campbell alongside him, of course, for long periods last season. And Arsenal, Mark, have not been able to field their first choice 11 once this season.
Yeah, that's sometimes what happens, but don't forget, during that run, I mean, Sol Campbell was missing the start of this season, and the run continued until they broke the record, so you do feel comfortable playing. You know, I obviously felt very comfortable playing with Ian Wright, and when Ian was out of the team and somebody else come in, you need another understanding. I think it's more crucial at the back than it is at the front. I think the front boys can just sometimes be thrown together and it can happen. At the back, you need to work at it.
Ian Wright's scoring record, of course, under pressure from Thierry Henry, who's 7 goals away from it now, but missing this game and out for at least the next one. Here's Pires, blocked by Hierro. And that's a Bolton Wanderers throw-in, challenged by Clichy.
Stellis is telling the assistant referee, why didn't you flag when Clichy kicked me? And he had a little click at him. Oh, he's got the free kick now. I didn't particularly think that was a free kick either. What they're doing is they're just putting pressure, the crowd are putting pressure on the officials as well, and players are going down.
Hierro with the free kick. Great career he's had, Fernando Hierro. It was his brother who got the trial originally. Not him, in comes the free kick. Oh, it's gone all the way through! And Vieira will bring it away. And Arsenal were haphazard in their own penalty area, and that's a cynical trip by Hunt, which will get him a yellow card.
Oh, there's a break on there as well. If Hunt hadn't done that, Vieira was just about to put Reyes through. And the ref was right on the spot as well. He did well, keeping up with play. This is a booking here for Hunt, I don't think there's any question about it.
Under the rules of the game, it wasn't a clear goal-scoring opportunity, but Arsenal had a great break on there.
They did, and I think he knew exactly. At 1 goal, they're still in with a chance, 2 not. As you can see, you don't see the bigger picture here, but Vieira's just about to play Reyes through, and Hunt knows that.
Flamini, Ljungberg to Reyes, that's lovely. This is Ljungberg, saved by Askelainen again. But Arsenal, when they move forward at speed, are cutting their way through that Bolton defence.
They are. This is just beautiful one-touch football. You know, both the boys in the studio will tell you that sometimes when you press the ball really hard and try and put pressure on people, they can play one-touch football around you, and it really cuts 2 or 3 players out.
Terrific cup tie here. Arsenal playing some lovely football, using the extra man. Bolton down to 10. And got it. That's difficult for Askelainen. Bolton feisty and competitive, dangerous at set pieces. Here's Flamini.
I mean, this is the area now in both league games, and you'll know as well, John, that they've put pressure on Arsenal. That right at this stage now, there's somebody in the face, that not allowing them to breathe and pick out passes, but they can't do it.
Here's Pires. Good challenge on him by Hierro. Finds Davis. Chased by Vieira. Throw into Bolton here. I'll tell you what, I know that the Bolton bench are still enraged that Kevin Davis should have had a penalty earlier on. We'll come to that in a moment, Mark. The thing is, in this game, you can't take your eye off one single moment.
Especially these set pieces.
Speed again will launch one. Davis is there, Nolan behind him. Davis on.
Well, he's won such a lot what's coming to the box.
Was this a foul on Davis?
Well, the ball's bouncing through to the goalkeeper, and I don't think Davis got any chance of getting that, and I'm not too sure. I think there's a little bit of pressure from Sanderos. To me, I said straight away I didn't feel it was a penalty. There's another view of it from the other end.
Davis denied. Bolton trail. Gardner. Hierro again picking it up off his back 4. To Nolan. Clichy and Pires boxed him tight to the line, and Sanderos has it. Hierro again. Vieira got the interception, and I think there certainly was contact. Hierro in there apologising, the man of such great experience, 89 Spanish caps, Champions League winner with Real Madrid.
3 times. Gets caught out with a quick one, isn't it? It's a 1-2. It's just an arm across the face. Wasn't too sure what it was. I thought it might have been. I saw Vieira holding his face. Thought it might have been a knee or a late boot. As he going to get the benefit of the doubt here? He went for the ball. He went for the ball with his foot, but his arm's high. Sometimes that nail catches a player in the eye and scratches it. It's difficult.
Vieira went down very dramatically.
He did. I think he was caught, and I think there was definitely contact with the hand across the face. And I think at the moment he's playing the captain's role. You're looking for big performances from your big players, and you know, on the back of the win, but going out of Europe in midweek.
Sondros Suleiman. So they don't need to put themselves under pressure. Vieira won it cleanly this time. Vieira challenged by speed.
That's the Bolton boys snapping in there with a tackle. I was just saying, you're looking for big performances from your big players. You know, you're looking for Bergkamp, you're looking for Pires, Vieira. It's so rare you see that these days, isn't it? Cliché's throwing it, just a little lob over his arm. He's furious with it, foul throw. And he knows that a foul throw gives him another opportunity to throw the ball into the box.
12 minutes left in the first half. And it will be another long one from Gary Speed. Vieira's in front of Davis this time for the touch. Bergkamp was dragged down by Hunt. The way things are going, I wouldn't be surprised to see another player dismissed by the end of this one. There's so many.
Well, it's going to be a physical battle. We know that. I mean, it's the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. It's, you know, they've had 2 good results against.
Scored against Arsenal once, you know, in an FA Cup tie. Here in a 1-1 draw.
Sam.
I reminded him of it this morning. His assistant, Phil Brown, couldn't remember it. He was in a winning side for Bolton against Arsenal the last time they met in a replay at Highbury. Nolan. Here's Gardner. Lauren. And Flamini finds Ljungberg. And he found space again. Run forward by Flamini. Ljungberg decides on Bergkamp. Tall order, Bolton having to play with 10 men for more than 80 minutes.
They're still in this, Jonathan. I think you just can feel they'll score a goal. You know, I don't think that you're ever safe with 1 goal, especially not today.
Well, not with the way Arsenal have been defending this season, but the last week they have defended better. This is Nolan. Oh, gives it away. That was sloppy. Bergkamp. Al Ljungberg skips beyond speed. Vieira was covering. Stelios couldn't control it. Torres certainly jumped into Gary Speed.
Yeah. His arms weren't up at all. Don't think there was any danger of hurting Gary Speed. Just think he went with the side of his body. I think that's why the referee hasn't booked him. It was late. Gary Speed kept his eye clearly on the ball. You can see Toure keeps his arms down, just uses his hip. And that's why he gets away with it.
And Gotti with the free kick. And they once won the Cup Winners' Cup with Paris Saint-Germain, scoring the winner in the final. And it down by Toure. Speed is in there. Now Nolan scrambled away. Vieira, and he didn't catch it properly.
2 players in offside position there. The flag didn't go up at all. It's worth an effort. There's lots of bodies in the penalty area. And once again, the ball comes into the area. It's not dealt with. Toure wins the first, but this is unlucky. Speed just nearly collects it on his way. It's bobbling about. Vieira just decides to have a pop. Off target.
Comes from a big footballing family. Vieira, 3 brothers players. Dad used to play. Clichy. Davis turning, but turned into a steamroller called Patrick Vieira. Flamini to his captain again. Pires. Out to Lauren, but Gardner was speedy enough to make the interception. Stelios Yiannakopoulos. Bruno and Gotti. Hunt. Vieira.
Misplaced. He's hit some beautiful passes today, spread the play, changed the play quite well. Not used to seeing him play in the middle of the park. Maybe he lacks the pace to play at the back now as a centre-back, but got a good range of passion.
How significant that the likes of Vieira should be here at Bolton these days. The club has come on so far. It's an Arsenal throw-in. Bolton fans again up on their feet. Sad to see one of the greatest Bolton fans of all time, Dave Hickson, not here. He passed away recently. Used to work for the club. Mr. Bolton, they used to call him. Our thoughts are with his family. He's been mentioned in the match programme here today and dearly loved by everyone he was at the Reebok. Character around these parts. Hunt away and out of play. Shame he didn't get a chance of Young England honours Nicky Hunt last season. I thought he had an excellent season. Clichy with the throw. Vieira. Flamini. Sonderos. And Arsenal keeping possession well. Left in the first half. They could do with another goal. Here's Toure. How many passes in this move? And they finally cross the halfway line. Clichy. It's come to Flamini. Off the heel of Reyes. It was a bit stumbly-bumbly in the end. But Clichy. Ljungberg's flick. And Davis back to defend.
Just look how hard he's working, Kevin Davis. He's back there now in the left-back position, making sure Dennis Bergkamp didn't get a sniff. And that's the kind of thing, everyone's got to work that extra 10% because a man's been sent off. And it's tough enough against Arsenal as it is. .
13 years since they lost that tie at Wrexham when they were then the champions. Arsenal and Wrexham had finished the previous year bottom of the league. Not since that day have they been drawn away in a tie and lost that tie. Some record. Oh,
he's got to be careful here.
He has to be careful. He's been cautioned already, and he caught Pires from behind.
He did.
And I think
telling him to
Steve
calm
Bennett,
down.
yeah, one more, he said.
Tackle from behind, I think he knows as well. Nicky Hunt, I think some of the boys on the bench shouting to him as well. Phil Brown, just to calm down. Here, Pires can see him coming clearly. It's only just a touch as well. It looked dramatic, a bit theatrical.
Not for the first time. Yeah. Vieira. Reyes, who's lacking confidence, you could see it with the touch there. Pires, Clichy, Vieira, Flamini, still playing in the absence of Gilberto, who returned to reserve team action and on the bench at against Bayern Munich. Edu out for another 4 to 6 weeks. He's got a back problem now and a knee surgery as well. Chase between Davis and Toure. Plenty of space for Flamini. Didn't use it well. Vieira. 37 years of age this month and working hard. Benheim to speed, and he was caught by Flamini, and that should have been a free kick to Bolton. This is Pires.
Sam's fuming.
Pires still caught by Benheim. Was he? It's a booking, I think, for Robert Pires for the dive. It's not the first time he's been cautioned for this offence in his career. Wonderful player that he is.
Well, do you know what? I think there's a bit of contact there as well, you know. I think he gets touched on the knee, it's slight. But I think that's the referee. I think he missed the earlier challenge. I'm not sure it was Flamini, right in the middle of the park. Well, that's the one, Flamini on Gary Speed. He never got any of the ball, and the ref allowed that to play on. I was quite surprised at that. So's he.
No quarter Arsenal given today. Sonderos drops here to Nolan. Hit Clichy in the body. It's a Bolton throw.
Well, as we know for Bolton, they're just battling for everything, aren't we?
Arsenal know what to expect. Into Davis and Hierro. Nolan for any of the crumbs that dropped loose. And Lehmann may have juggled, but he got it in the end.
He did, yeah, second attempt. If Nolan could have just jumped then. If Davis, sorry. Oh dear.
Is this necessary?
There's the high pressing game. You can see Bolton trying to pinch it back now.
And the home crowd are on their feet. And the ball to Giannakopoulos lacked a little bit of quality from Gary Speed, but Bolton pressing. And the Reebok fans respond. It's not a full house here, far short of that again, disappointingly. But they're making their noise now.
Totally give that ball away.
Reyes making the run through the middle, but it's just a good deflection of Talbenheim. But look at the Arsenal right here. Bergkamp's in the middle and waiting. It's still Reyes. Bergkamp straight offside. Reyes had to hold it up.
Took one touch too many. Took one touch too many. It's just classic counter-attacking football from Arsenal.
But Bergkamp wanted it played in
yeah, he wanted
earlier.
it first time, he did. The space was in front of him.
Clichy. Pires into the last 30 seconds of the regulation 45, and a shot by Reyes easily dealt with.
And Flamini was next to him, he was screaming for it. It was a good shot, he hit the target, made the keeper work. Arsenal have certainly been more competitive in this game than I've seen them post-European games this season. They've only won 1 of 7 matches after Europe this campaign. 2 minutes of stoppage time to go. It's virtually all or nothing for them in this match. Well, similar to Bolton as well, they're chasing the European place. Arsenal chasing the Champions League spot, which I think they should get. But Cup glory, a chance of silverware.
Arsenal have been in this position here before, though. We've seen costly points dribble away. No points at stake today. Hunt, up and under. Offside flag, belatedly raised.
It was. I'm not sure how Lehmann should be playing this ball too quickly. He's seen the board go 2 minutes. He should be allowing the team to get out and just take their time a little bit.
Last minute of stoppage time. Bergkamp looks for Ljungberg, and Gotti just stretched enough. Reyes. Clichy took the touch and gets the corner. A lovely balance run.
Whoa! Nicky had to be so careful there, and he knew it. He had to allow Clichy to go round him, but Clichy didn't take a really good touch, and he got back and poked it away for a corner.
It's Arsenal's first corner, this. They've had chances to wrap it up. Reyes and Ljungberg in on the goalkeeper, who also made a save from Bergkamp.
I think they might just run the clock down here.
Pires, here's Bergkamp. Oh, he pinged it.
Great shot.
Kept it low.
It's a difficult skill, that one, coming across your body. I thought they were going to keep it in the corner, but Bergkamp's free on the edge of the box. Oh, it's a good strike.
6 goals this season for him. Arsenal have the 1 in the first half from Freddie Ljungberg. Stephen Bennett, the referee, in action straight away. after Freddie Ljungberg had put Arsenal ahead in the 3rd minute. Sending off by Bennett of Diouf for swinging an arm at Jens Lehmann. It will no doubt enrage the Bolton supporters and raise questions from their manager Sam Allardyce after the game. But it's Bolton who have to come from behind here as Arsenal lead by a goal to nil at half-time.
I think it's El Hadj daft, isn't it?
Hey, mate. Well, there's a couple of incidents in there. I think Bolton are feeling hard done by on a couple of occasions. They might have had fouls, but there's no excuse for raising your hand on a football pitch. You go, and whatever you can't forgive him for that. Sam Allardyce will be raging because his game plan goes out the window. The one down, and a couple of minutes later he gets sent off. In the commentary box they were saying you concede an early goal, that's not ideal, but then you stick at it and you think you can get level, then sort of Diouf has really put his team under so much pressure.
Well, I think in the dressing room before the game, Samuel has said, this is how we're going to do it, and straight away the early goal has actually killed the team, and then, as you said, you regroup, and then one of your centre forwards does something like that. And I mean, we can see Sam on the side of the pitch pulling his hair out, and he's really put his team on the back foot. And to be perfectly honest with you, most of the ball and the goal line incidents have been in this end, haven't they?
Well, long throws,
long throws, putting Arsenal under pressure, and they're trying to press Arsenal, and they're a Arsenal passing team. So I think Bolton have done remarkably well with 10 men.
The goal, though, early on was a terrific goal. It was a great run and a great finish.
If you just look up here, I mean, some Bolton players stop, and I even think Bergkamp thinks it's a foul, but Arsenal play on him, Perez gets on it. Ljungberg's run's fantastic. The run and finish are outstanding. But me and Lee are just having a chat about saying Gotti's defender.
Freddie's made a career out of goals like this. He starts on the right, and he's already started to make his run now. You can't see him, but he'll be peeling, and he just peels that little diagonal run inside the centre half, and then Gotti's ball watching basically. He doesn't see him coming, and what a finish.
Can't take anything away from the football. But I think it's
hypercritical. Should Bergkamp be sticking his hands up in the air having a moan, or should be chasing back in?
Listen, I think Bergkamp gets something on the ball, but in the rules you can't tackle from behind. That's what I'm told.
I think that's harsh. If you give a foul for that, I think that's harsh, to be honest with you.
Hey, listen, in my day, I think it's a good tackle, but the way the rules are now, Lee, you can't tackle from behind.
But then after that, this is great.
Yeah. I mean, the run's fantastic, the finish is brilliant, defending a little bit left to be desired, I'm afraid.
So they're a goal down early on, and here we go, El Hadj daft. I mean, this is just... I cannot understand this.
Well, that's crazy. When you're talking about... It's a dead ball again, Bolton trying to put pressure on them, edge of the box, straight down the middle, trying to find Davis, who I think's fouled by Torre.
But that's outside, though.
Yeah, not a penalty, but I think he's fouled, and then Davis takes his frustration out. Referee gives a foul. Now, just get on with it.
Bottom of the screen.
Bottom of the screen. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You just can't condone it. It's crazy.
The first one's a free kick here, but he doesn't get it. Now, I think Diouf's disappointed he didn't get a penalty here. Now, I don't think that's a penalty. He's on the floor, he's a bit upset. The referee gives a free kick to Arsenal. And Lehmann just looks like he's going to stop him getting involved here.
Gives him a nudge in the back, is he, or is he keeping him back?
Just his arm, and then he basically fails out and hits him in the face. He's got to go off. The linesman spotted it from a distance, and he's off.
He's let the management down. He's let Sam down. He's let his own teammates down. And playing against Arsenal at the best of times is very, very difficult when you're a man short. The way they shift the ball and pass the ball hard.
He said he hasn't enamoured himself to British fans. There have been spitting incidents. There was a dive earlier in the season that was pretty obvious. Sort of, it seems that whenever he tries to rehabilitate himself, then he does something stupid again.
He's just got to learn discipline and professionalism on the football pitch, because he has got talent, the boy, but there's no room for the other side of the game, and that is just...
Sam Allardyce has done very well to stick by him. Do you think he'll stick with him, or will that test his patience too much? Is that sort of... You've let us down, I'm afraid. We don't need you anymore?
No, Sam will never give up on players, and he'll think that he can change that. You think he can change his attitude and his temper, really, and Sam uses sports psychologists. Sam uses everything, and he will try as good as anybody else in football to get the best out of the boy.
Everyone has the right to conduct themselves in their own way, but is the big public apology from El Hadji Diouf sort of the first thing he should be doing now?
I think he's got to be imminent straight after the game, because not only to his players, his fellow players, but to the supporters, because they've got to be able to talk to Reedy before the game, and he said they love him here, they think he's really good, he's producing for them, but he's not playing now, and he's put his team under real pressure for the second half. So he should apologise, because that's not.
And that showed, because there were a couple of Arsenal opportunities when they have got the movement and the way they pass it when they get the opportunity to. Reyes is the first one here.
Again around the box, and again I'm sorry to pick Ngotti out here, but you see him on the edge of the box, number 5, not marking anyone, little 1-2, and why he's going in there and following the ball, and Reyes has just got in. It's a great save from Jääskeläinen, but just a little bit of ball watching on the edge of the box. He tries to get back, but Reyes is quick in those positions.
Ljungberg's important to Arsenal, and I think sort of down the years he always comes up with very telling goals and contributions.
His runs from that wide position are excellent, and he can handle a football, plays 1-2 off people, and he gets very important goals. And today's one was great. He had a build-up play, brilliant with Flamini, brilliant with Reyes. He's in. And it takes a really good save from Jääskeläinen.
As a defender, when you've got players running straight at you, they're easy to pick up. When you've got when you've got a winger running right across you and into your centre half, you don't know whether to pass it, when to pass him on, to give a shout. I think sometimes a language problem in those positions doesn't help, and Freddie makes that run. He'll make 15 of those today, perhaps get the ball twice, and we've seen he scored.
And Gotti's usually good at that. But Arsenal's movement's been excellent, and it's just been found wanting on 1 or 2 occasions.
Before the game, if you're Bolton, you're looking at it, you've got your game plan, which Sam has sort of identified as a way to get through Arsenal. There's no Campbell, there's no Henry. You think, well, we've got a great opportunity here. You come out, you can see the goal, bit of a sickener. El Hadji Diouf gets sent off, it's a double sickener. But despite all that, all of a sudden they've had terrific periods of play, and they've used that game plan to great advantage.
They've worked ever so hard in terms of pressing and shutting down, like Lee said, and the long balls into the box, off throw-ins or free kicks, and they've got some success. I mean, they haven't scored, but they put Arsenal under pressure. There's one in there, but I think Vieira might get something on there, but Stelios coming in just in between, or trying to get in between the centre half and the
anywhere else but straight at him.
Yeah, and he's got.
I think we see the advantage here of a running jump and a standing jump, because he's inches below Senderos, but he gets a good header on.
Similar situation, sort of it goes out the first time, but then if you were saying before,
well, they've worked on this to get the balls into the box. Gardner just sticks it in the danger area. Stelios again getting on. I mean, Clichy should be goal side there and competing. He's getting inside Clichy again.
George always used to say to us when the full-backs, me and Nigel, you're only little, you're not going to win many headers, but put the centre forward off. You know, get your back into him, make sure he can't get a clean header on.
That could have gone in, couldn't it?
It's another one. Can go anywhere, that one.
Dangerous area, and it's a problem for Arsenal.
So everything's still to play for. Of course, it's hugely advantage Arsenal now, but Sam will just tell his Bolton side, surely, you know, we've done okay against the odds, and sort of, who knows?
It'll be same again, trying to press the ball, trying to get long balls into the Arsenal box, but the way Arsenal pass it, they're going to tire. It's going to be difficult.
Now, looking ahead to the second quarter-final, Southampton and Manchester United kick off at St Mary's at 5:15. Let's hear from Saints manager Harry Redknapp, who's hoping to mastermind yet another FA Cup success against a United side hoping to retain the trophy.
We start by toasting the happiest man in football tonight, Harry Redknapp, the manager of Bournemouth United, who this afternoon beat cup favourites Manchester United 2-0.
It's got to be the greatest day in my life, and I'm sure the greatest day in the lives of all the players. And,
great day, and probably got me on the road in management. You know, I was a young manager and played Man United. We were a struggling third division team at the time, Bournemouth. I think they had a team of internationals. They were cup holders. And we turned in a fantastic performance. We beat them 2-0, and that's the FA Cup. Teams can pull it off on the one particular day.
What a performance. Well done, Harry and team.
When I was at West Ham, we had a great cup win as well at Old Trafford.
That's right, Di Canio.
And Di Canio scored. We went up there and we played well that day. But you've got to play well to beat Man United on any day.
What are your thoughts on that, Ty? It's mouth-watering, it's got all the ingredients, hasn't it?
Yeah, they're a good side, aren't they? They're a top team, and So, you know, it's always going to be difficult and it's always a tough game of them, but it's a game to look forward to. If you can't look forward to playing the Man United, then, you know, they're special days. I think when they come and play, wherever they go, they fill the stadiums, and it'll be a great atmosphere at St Mary's.
They're out of the Champions League.
Yeah.
It's apparently out of the title race as well. Are you expecting a reaction of some kind from their players?
I mean, Alex will have them up for it. It's the last, probably realistically, the last competition they can win. And, you know, Man United always want to win trophies, and so does Alex. He's been used to doing it for many years now.
Your home record's pretty good. You've beaten the likes of Liverpool, Tottenham. You must fancy your chances a bit.
Well, we've been in good form. You know, I think they've had 1 defeat in the last 9 games, so we've been playing very well. And yeah, well, we'll certainly give them a game.
Let's talk about a few individuals. Paul Smith has been great in goal for you.
Yeah, he's done fantastic. He came in. We lost Anthony Amy, who was as good as any goalkeeper in the Premier League. Got a Fra kid in the team who's never played Premier League football. But the lad's come in and has been absolutely brilliant. So it gives me a nice problem.
That's right, Niami's fit now.
Yeah, he's fit, he's training, and he's back training. We're very fortunate at Southampton to have 2 such terrific keepers.
Can I just ask you about Peter Crouch? Some people thought that you might not fancy him.
I think he's a terrific player. He's got great touch, good ability, obviously good in the air, works hard. He's a excellent player, good lad as well, and I think he gives anybody problems. He's a very difficult guy to play against.
Just finally, do you get gut feelings about these situations? You've beaten United with 2 former clubs.
Well, you'd like to pull it off a game, but I must admit I feel quite relaxed about Saturday's game. We'll go out and certainly have a real go at the game. It's a game we want to win if we can. It's almost a no-lose game for us. I think, as I say, we're massive underdogs anyway to beat Man United, and it's a cup game. If we can pull it off, it'll be a great bonus for us.
Just the rubber stamp programme plans for the weekend's 4 quarter-finals. Coverage of Southampton Manchester United gets going at 5:10 later this afternoon here on BBC One. The pre-match build-up for the Blackburn-Leicester tie, 1 o'clock tomorrow lunchtime, also here on BBC One. BBC 5 Live will have full commentary of the Newcastle-Tottenham tie tomorrow afternoon. And the semi-final draw will be made on Monday lunchtime, 1:30 over on BBC 2. Kevin Keegan's departure from Manchester City was the 7th managerial change this season in the Premiership. The former England player and boss stepped down 14 months ahead of his expected managerial retirement. Another England international has taken over while City consider their options. It's Stuart Pearce.
It's been outlined by the chairman. I need results between now and the end of the season. The higher we can finish up the league, the better, and that gives me a fighting opportunity to keep this job. I personally, at this moment in time, look at this as a long job for myself. I'm here to be the manager of Manchester City. It's a fantastic club, great opportunity for myself, and I want to be here for a long time to come.
He felt that he'd gone as far as he probably could with the resources available, and he just feels he's done the job as best he could to his ability, and he has done. He was very loyal to the club. He's not running away, he's not quitting, none of that nonsense. He was very adult about it, he was very sensible about it, as hopefully I was, and this was the conclusion that we both came to.
Time will tell. I'll give it my best shot, and I'm quite confident within myself that I've got the motivational powers to drive the club forward.
Former Manchester City manager and a Manchester City fan here. Perfect to ask you. Are you surprised by this, Peter?
Not entirely. I think with Kevin saying he was going the end of next season, you know, how do you go out and get players to your club? So I think Kevin and the chairman have got together and they've come up with this option.
Kevin Keegan's managerial career, how should we sort of remember him as a manager? Great player, the optimist. I always thought he'd manage a cup-winning team or something like that. I thought he'd perfectly suited to manage a cup-winning team.
Obviously a great player, we don't have to talk about that. Managing great football, you know, we saw some of the best football under exciting games on TV under Kevin Keegan's management, and I think he'll be remembered for that. And the word on the street in Manchester, phoned a few friends about, you know, how they reacting to it, and I think the timing's perfect from that point of view. Everyone seems to be saying, yeah, thanks very much, Kevin, you know, good luck, and a pat on the back, and so everybody seems to be happy. There's a bit of optimism that somebody new's coming in, so I think the timing is perfect, and I've got a lot of time for Kevin. You know, when he said he wasn't good enough for England, he stood up and said, "It's not for me. I'm not good enough." And I think
the Newcastle side he had were fantastic.
Yeah.
I was up Sunderland at the time, and they were brilliant.
I think Stuart Pearce as well. He'll have a real good go. Good
bit motivation in that dressing room for sure, won't there?
Second half here now. Bolton's game plan. You know Sam incredibly well. Sort of exactly what will he be stressing to his players now?
He'll be saying that Arsenal are great at passing the ball, keep trying to shut them down, but get them under pressure. Get the ball in the box, in the Arsenal box, at every opportunity, and try and unsettle them that way.
And Professor Wenger, what does he say?
Well, the biggest motivation for Sam, and probably the worrying thing for Wenger, is it's still only 1-0, and that's the key to it. I think, you know, one long throw could go in, you never know, but they're going to tire Bolton, that's for sure.
I tell you what, who would be a referee? Did Perez deserve a yellow card for diving, or was this the sins of the past caught up with?
Say what we said when it happened.
I didn't think it was I didn't think it was. I thought he got caught. I thought he just brushed his knee, and he just got caught. But it was the foul before, I think.
I think if you see, he just catches his knee, but I think just there.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, Robert has gone down before in those situations without any touch, and the referee obviously not.
I own my horse at Cheltenham doesn't go down when it touches a fence like that next week, anyhow. I'll be really struggling.
If you're Robert Pires, you win a few and you lose a few, don't you? Isn't that the way you have to think of it?
Yeah, I think so. He probably gets more. He used to get more than he does. He doesn't get so many now.
It's scandalous. Second half about to get going. Bolton and Arsenal playing for a place in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. Back to Mark Bright and Jonathan Pearce.
And my horse for Cheltenham's already gone down. That'll teach me to put an anti-post bet of such quality on best mate. Oh dear, the wife's listening. It was tuppence halfpenny.
Keep your money in your pocket.
No changes for Arsenal at the start of this second half as they lead by a goal to nil. And no changes for Bolton for this second period. They of course are down to 10 men and trail to that Freddie Ljungberg goal. He's second in the Cup this season. And he's 10th in all for Arsenal in this competition. And it will be Arsenal who kick off the second half, kicking towards their fans, and a good 2,000 or 3,000 have made the journey up here. Arsenal all in blue then, 45 minutes away from a 5th semi-final in a row in this competition, a record. Toure to Sondros, Del Clichy, Flamini. If you've just switched on and wondering why Clichy is left back, and Ashley Cole only on the bench, Arsenal said it's a niggling hamstring problem. Nothing to do with newspaper reports this morning. Once again, digging up interest in his connections with a possible move to Chelsea. Toure. Chasing with Nolan. Athletic defender.
Not sure if it's a throw in or a corner, but it's a throw in, the referee's indicator. But Nolan just looks like he's pushed a little bit further forward to support Kevin Davies at the start of the second half. That's how he appears.
The error is so important defensively for Arsenal at set pieces.
I can't believe Sandros isn't picking up one of the big men at the near post.
He's on the edge of the 6-yard area there, Sondros, for anything loose.
Oh,
it's not cleared away very well. But Flamini can bring it away now for Arsenal. Barged down by Gardner.
What a break there, what a chance they had there. Flamini didn't need to draw that foul because he had support on the left-hand side. Pires was with him. He doesn't look across to the left-hand side. If he does, there's two Reyes, Pires free.
It's two possible breaks Arsenal have had, denied by Bolton fouls in the game. Vieira to Bergkamp. Run by Ljungberg.
Saw he was after.
Davis got a touch on it. Stelios kept it in. Here's Clichy. Fouled by Davis.
I'm not sure if that's a foul. I think he touches the ball. I think he's quite entitled to go for that, and he's trying to block the clearance.
Was there physical contact before he touched the ball? Let's have a look.
Oof. Well, a bit rash.
In these days of very little physical contact. Talbenheim away. Nolan. And Gardner. Ljungberg. There's a strong challenge there as well by Ngotti.
There's a little bit of a body check as well. I think Ljungberg tried to get the give and go, and I think Gardner just checked him.
There's been good movement about Arsenal though at times.
There's been some excellent movement.
Toure to Sonderos. Clichy back to him. Vieira. Just touched by Speed, but is he backing on to Speed?
He's lost control of the ball there. I think he's quite fortunate there, the captain.
Seemed as he turned there just to go back on to Gary Speed. Speed wins that one. Toure. Vieira. And again, the home fans think they should have had a free kick. Pires. Davis snaps in with a challenge.
Well, that's two in a short space of time there, and I think that's about the last one for Kevin Davis. Perez just comes inside here. Davis.
Well, it wasn't controlled at all, was it, the tackle?
The assistant referee didn't flag, and the referee hasn't booked him, so I think he considered himself a little bit lucky.
4 fouls committed by Kevin Davis, but look at the attitude by the Bolton centre-forward here in the start of the second half. Chasing and hurtling after everything.
That's how he plays. You know, and that's why he needs 11 men on the pitch to support him, because when he puts people under pressure, that's what they do. Pass it to somebody at the side, that's when they get put under pressure.
Speed's long throw. Stelios was in there, and Lehmann came unclaimed. Bolton playing this second half with 10 men on the field of play. Let me remind you, Diouf sent off after 8 minutes. Was slapping out at Jens Lehmann. And there he is, no longer booted, but suited, and sitting it out.
Well, I can guarantee you he'll be praying that Bolton get a goal and this can go to replay, and then he can try and redeem himself.
And Diouf in the stands. And he's let that man down. Sonderos. Pires has Clichy galloping away on the left. Vieira took it away from Vieira. Talbenheim looks for Davis, but unlucky.
He was unlucky. The service has to be a bit better to him than that. He tries to control it, cushion it on his head to keep it in play. There's no one near him, he can't knock it down either.
Flamini. Pires. An Arsenal content, Mark, just to hold it here, keep possession in the early moments of the second half.
Well, I think nothing changed for both teams. I think Arsenal are still waiting for Bolton to come and look for the ball to draw them out, and so they can pick passes off around them. And Bolton, well, for them, they're just going to rely on what they've done all game, looking for the set pieces to get the bodies in the box and look for that goal. As the boys saying at half-time, 1-0's never comfortable. You're never really comfortable at 1-0.
Especially with the way that Arsenal have let leads slip away this season. They've scored first 23 times in the Premier League, more than anyone else, but they've let that lead slip 12 times. Stelios Xenakopoulos. Clichy was there with him, and he's won a free kick here.
He has.
And he'll look for Kevin Davis, I would imagine, or Ngotti will look for Davis with the free kick. Seemed to lose his way when he went to Blackburn. I was talking to someone from Bolton yesterday. They said there were a lot of big names, big egos in that Blackburn dressing room at that time, and he was lost in there, and he's rediscovered himself here this season in particular. And there he is, Davis. Piero. Pires nearly got there, but Ngotti wanted it more, and he has it again. Spooned it. Nolan underneath it. Sonderos away.
They just don't look comfortable, do they? And that ball's flying around the 18-yard box. No one seems like they're dominating it and winning the headers. Lehmann isn't coming.
Thinking of Touré and Sonderos and players of that quality, with the potential and the youth as well. Some of the reports I've read this week, Mark, suggesting that Arsenal have to completely change things, wholesale changes needed to resurrect European hopes. Seem to be over the top. You know, they do have quality players. They're wonderful players there still.
It's easy to knock people, isn't it? And the football they play, the quality, and the young kids that are coming through. I still think there's a big future ahead of Arsenal. I think it's in Europe where they underachieve, and they don't know why, and no one else knows why.
Throw looks for Davis. And Nicopolis making the run off him, but here's Flamini to Ljungberg. How many sides would want playing Ljungberg in their team, for example? He lost that one, won it back. Aaron. Perez. El Clichy going hammer and tongs. Here's Flamini. Into Bergkamp. Flamini's lost it. Hierro. Stelios. Sonderos went with him and got the toe end on it.
It's a great tackle. I'm not sure if Hierro needed to play that ball in the air for Stelios. I think he would have been more comfortable with it on the grass, down the side.
Here's Touré under pressure.
Good pressure.
It was Nicky Hunt who put him under pressure, and Bolton are working their socks off here.
Yeah, they are. They're working really hard. I just wonder how long someone like Fernando Hierro can last at this pace, 37 years old.
Lauren with the throw. There was just a whisper around the Arsenal camp this morning he might be left out. There's Sonderos, and what an outstanding week he's had. And he's only 20 years of age, UEFA Under-17 winner with Switzerland a couple of years ago. And I think he's an outstanding prospect. A really big week for them, Sonderos.
Oh, I mean, it's a big week for the club. You know, at 20 years old, you have to put things in perspective. You know, it's still relative, so young. At 20 years old, I wasn't even a professional. But you're at a big club, you know, we're at high expectation.
Got underneath that, though. Nolan chips it forward. Aaron. 10 minutes gone in the second half. Perez coming into a more central position, and there's a gap away wide to Clichy on the left. Oh, poor ball by Dennis Bergkamp.
Well redeemed.
You don't see that very often. Here he is again, though. The second time he's given it away. Well, you certainly don't see that very often, twice in a row. Davis was fouled.
Yeah, he did well. That's the one there where most of the time you see the ball up to him, it's on his head. The time it's into feet, hasn't really got anywhere to go, so he just draws the foul off Vieira. Another opportunity for them to put the ball in the box. It's important for Arsenal they don't drop too deep. They try and hold a high line, because what they Bolton do, push them back as far as they can, get close to the goalkeeper.
Gotti with the free kick. Towards Davis. Nolan's behind him and nearly got a touch, and Stelios was in there as well. You always think something's going to come from one of these set pieces.
Well, they just don't look comfortable at all. Here we go, Sandros doesn't win it, Touré doesn't win it, Lauren doesn't win it. I mean, anything can happen there. Every time the ball goes in the box, you can just feel they're uncomfortable, Arsenal, at the back.
Hierro to Nolan. Gardner. Davis was offside.
Just. It's the wrong side.
He's plugging away, Kevin Davis. Ashley Cole only on the bench today for Arsenal and warming up. Again in the newspapers today. It's a story you're bound to hear more of, Mark, as the week goes on, linking him with Chelsea again. Who was at fault?
Who done it?
The mystery and the plot thickens. Hierro, caught late by Flamini. difficulty with the free kick. Towards Davis. Oh no, was there a push there by Toure? Was he leaning down on Davis? Here's Reyes. Oh, he went over Gardner's trailing leg.
That's the second foul from Gardner. I think he's quite lucky. Here's the one. I think Toure jumps early for me. He jumps early, then he's up early. Davis is backing in. I don't think that's a foul at all.
Sonderos. Is it again?
Oh dear.
He's got to be in trouble this time. And can't complain. The referee's already reaching for his yellow card, and this is a painful one. And he looks in trouble here. Sonderos.
I don't think he's got any complaints, Kevin Davis, and don't know, maybe Sam told him maybe be a bit more physical in the second half and press and close. It's very difficult on your own, and he's shown in a couple of tackles. I think Cliche was one, and might be Vieira on another one, and he has to accept that. Now he's got to be careful. This is a...
That's a bad foul.
It's dangerous. It is dangerous, yeah. It's just late. Sandros is just trying to nick it around him to go the other side. And now what he's done is he's put himself under pressure that he can't probably be as physical towards the end as he wants to be. Because he's got to now jump fairly, not do any late challenges. Anything doubtful now, anything that he has to slide or lunge for, he can't go for. And one of those might be an attempt to go for goal.
Concern here for Sam Allardyce. For the 5th time in the last 2 seasons, Kevin Davis has been booked by Stephen Bennett.
I don't care who's in charge, I think that's a booking.
Should Bolton claw their way back into this, by the way, and earn a replay, it would be on Monday week. This is Hunt. To speed. Vieira tracking across. And Speed will take another long throw. With half an hour to go. Aims at Davis, predictably. Vieira was in there. Ljungberg's clearance away. Reyes.
I think Arsenal's best chance of scoring is when Bolton are attacking, because I think if Lehmann gets, he's always looking for an early kick or throw to Reyes, and I think with the pace they've got to support them quickly, they always look dangerous.
Draw for the semi-finals on the BBC 2 Monday lunchtime. The semi-finals mid-April, the 16th and the 17th. The final is in Cardiff on the 21st of May. If they win the cup, it's £2.5 million in prize money all in all for the run on the cup final victory. But for Arsenal, it's about more than money now. It's to rescue their season, and they've got to defend here again.
See, this is the thing about Arsenal being too deep. So they're too deep now, so Toure has got to jump over the top of Kevin Davis. What Davis should be doing, he should be backing up, stretching for the ball, and Toure should be coming onto it, but they're too deep. And as the ball's dropped into the striker, that's when he's drawing the foul. He can dictate then, use his chest. That's exactly what he does. Toure's frustrated, but it's a foul.
Free kick here to Bolton Wanderers. Clichy there, back on the post. Jens Lehmann lining up the wall. It's going to be Vieira to strike it. He's a fine striker of a ball. And it hit that wall and bounced away, and Tarbenheim's second shot was also blocked. And Jääskeläinen will have to hurry. Davis onside. Good control too. Gardner threads it forward. Nolan on the half turn with the defender. Speed was in there. Sonderos got a block in. Vieira away. Davis isn't got it. Lehmann peering into sunshine. Didn't make great contact. Good pressure here from Bolton. It's Gardner. It hits Toure in the midriff. Now Bergkamp and Arsenal can break. Reyes. Support slow to arrive. Reyes will have to do it by himself, will he? Now there's support. No, he goes by himself, and Jääskeläinen, that's a fine save.
Wow,
I was just saying a few moments ago, I feel that Arsenal's best chance of attack is when Bolton are attacking them. They win the ball back. It's a lovely ball from Dennis Bergkamp. He's waiting for the support, and I think he's trying to draw Jääskeläinen into thinking he might play it. It's a great strike.
Again, criticism of him of late has been harsh. It's his first full season. He does have 10 goals. He is only 21 years of age.
It's always difficult, all the foreign boys, the first year, especially being in London as well.
Reyes from the short corner. Nolan committed himself. Reyes dancing. Pires blocked by Ngotti. Pires 1-2 attack with Sondros. Flamini was in there and away by Speed. Been a terrific cup tie. That's a throw to Arsenal, is it? No. Flag stayed down.
Incredible. Assistant referee is looking right along the line. It just appears that Davies knocks it out of play. Is it all of the ball?
Yes.
I'd say so.
Was it all out of play? He had to go and fetch that on a double-decker bus. It was that far away. Now, Tal Ben High. Gardner. Touré's cushion touch comes to Lauren. That should be a Bolton ball, and it is. Deflected off Freddie Ljungberg.
You see where they can, Bolton, they're pressing, aren't they? Trying to get in groups of 2 and 3.
Arsenal have had the chances to add to Ljungberg's goal, and they should have the tie wrapped up by now. Well, they rue those chances. Here's Ljungberg to clear it away. Good turn. Might be a bit unlucky there.
He was slightly, but I'll tell you what happened off the ball. That Reyes tried to make a run behind Ngotti, and Ngotti grabbed him and stopped him going past. That's why Ljungberg couldn't play the ball, and he had to turn. That's why he got caught.
Pires. I'd love to have seen Hierro and Spain win the World Cup in 2002 as they progressed and England went out. It would have been a crowning glory for his career, but they went out, you remember, to
I don't know,
South Korea.
3 Champions League medals, speaks for itself.
Red Touré. Hierro. Bergkamp tried to slip it through to Robert Pires. Hierro didn't get a shout that Speed was coming behind him. Nolan. Here's Vieira. Arsenal's lead is still a fragile one. And we know how brittle they have become at times this season. This is Lauren. How weary are Bolton now. Forward. Reyes the touch to Lauren. Flamini made a run. Opened the space up to Vieira. Fouled by Stelios Giannakopoulos.
He said he got the ball to the referee. Oh, I don't think there's any question about the free kick. Vieira does well, takes it in his stride and just cuts across to Giannakopoulos, and he cuts across him in, uses his arm, he grapples him, wrestles him to the ground, and then picks the ball up and shows it to the referee.
Strictly come dancing, that was. Vieira okay, as we thought he would be. Touré, Jääskeläinen saw it from a long way out.
Did. But well followed in from Flamini though, because as we saw in the first half, when that ball came to Lehmann, it bounced on, well, it didn't bounce, it just pitched at his shins. And anything could happen there, and Jääskeläinen did well to hold it.
Ljungberg.
Pushed by Kevin Davies. I think we're going to see a substitution here, Jonathan.
There's Vincent Candela and Ravi Chayadi as well. Hunt to go off. And Jardine will come on. Big centre-half who scored at Highbury this season in the league.
Well, it's a massive aerial advantage for him. I think he's something like 6'4". He's gone straight into the central position.
And Iero, who really has toiled hard for the Bolton cause, deep in the autumn of his career. And Vincent Candela will come on, part of the French World Cup '98 winning squad and the European Championship winning squad of Euro 2000. And Tal Benheim has gone to right back where he has played this season, and Jaidi is coming alongside Ngotti with Candela on the right of midfield. Pires to Clichy.
Just thinking that Sam obviously knows they're getting quite a lot of joy with the set pieces without actually scoring. They're causing a lot of trouble.
Jaidi, bad clearance away though, wasn't it? Bergkamp couldn't make the most of it because Ngotti was coming in strongly. Now Nolan.
That's the place he wanted it.
Bound to tire though, but even though they made the changes.
No question about it. They've had longer to prepare for this game than Arsenal. They played on Monday night, Bolton, but you know, with the 10 men and the energy they spent in the first 10 minutes really pressing and closing down, you do tire towards the end, but you know, you're encouraged by that. There's only one goal in it, and as long as there's only one goal in it, then the crowd can keep them going.
25 years ago, Sam Allardyce scored here, well not here, but in Bolton, a 1-1 draw. Lost the replay 3-0. Arsenal went on to lose the final to West Ham. It's Gardner. Davis dummied it. Here's Toure. Bergkamp was injured there, but he's okay. He's on his feet. Reyes. Gardner. Bolton are snappier at the challenge. Giannakopoulos. Given away. Here's Bergkamp to Reyes. He's knocked it long, too long. It's a goal kick.
Well, I think Reyes thinks it's a corner. I felt it was a corner as well. I think Reyes tried to poke it, and at the same time Ngotti poked as well.
Ngotti was the man who went with him there, French international. Candela. Foul Clichy.
Yeah, there's no need to do that as well. Benhaim had the ball, he collected it. A little bit more threat to Bolton now. Oh dear. I think there's a booking here. Yeah, it's Kevin Nolan. I think he slammed the ball down. Frustration, really. He should be frustrated with Candler because he conceded the free kick.
And for the descent, Arsenal can march forward 10 paces. And time continues to dribble away for Bolton. Flamini. Performance of character by Arsenal after their midweek disappointment against Munich.
Well, it was a test for them up at Sheffield United as well, and that was a very physical game, not too dissimilar.
Reyes. Foul by Gardner. And Bolton will feel aggrieved, well he certainly does.
Now some would say that he's just putting pressure on the man in possession, which you're entitled to do. And Reyes is sort of backed in a little bit, and there's a little bit of arms from Gardner.
Ljungberg. Candela. Stelios to Davis. Speed making the run, but Laram will get there first. There's an urgency about the crowd now, and 18 minutes to go. Bolton free to concentrate on a cup run. In recent years they've had relegation peril to think about. This season they're looking for their best ever finish in the Premier League. There's the little flick on by Jaidi. Lehmann came through a little crowd of players to win it.
Yeah, too heavy a touch, looped up in the air, he just wants a little glance, and then everyone coming in on the touch can get in.
Flamini. Sonderos.
At some stage they've got to go and try and get the ball, Bolton. You can see they're creeping up now, they're creeping up. Pushing them back.
Again.
Yeah, now there's space in the midfield.
Toure to Vieira. Lauren, speed, working hard to get across him, and in the end, that work by Bolton has paid off. And Vieira fouls Stelios.
It's good play from Bolton, because they can't just go flying in looking for that ball, they've got to wait for their opportunity. It was a misplaced pass, or a bad touch really, from Patrick Vieira. Now he's the wrong side, it's just a few arms. Stelios does well, just, you know, he knows he's under pressure. Free kick, just a little bit too far out. But they're dropping, look how they're dropping. They're dropping.
Gotti over the free kick. Pushed by Stelios. Great save by Lehmann, but it wouldn't have counted. Just a little nudge.
Yeah, good spot by the referee. So often they aren't seen. It's a good little dink, isn't it? But look, Clichy's the wrong side, I feel. He should be behind when he's defending. If it wasn't so blatant, he might go away with it, but what is a great save.
Clawed across, did Jens Lehmann. There's a danger in the air, though. Stelios at 5'8".
He should have scored the first one. First half off a flick on.
Chidi wins it.
And ball.
Ljungberg seemed to pull out of that, to be honest, and it came off Stelios in the elbow. Davis and Toure. Flamini came back to help. Vieira on Bergkamp. Slips the pass to Reyes. Ljungberg was offside.
No, it's important. Antonio Reyes has had the ball last couple of times. He's given it away so easily. It's just encouraging Bolton. He's got to keep the ball. It's important now for Arsenal.
Arsenal have plenty of time here. There's a rash clearance through the middle by Jääskeläinen. Flamini. Ljungberg. Bergkamp. Vieira to Pires. Bergkamp, the 9 times FA Cup winners. Are they making it through to a record-equalling 5th semi-final in a row?
Well done, Kevin Davis. I mean, he's just working tirelessly. Once again, supporting the midfield and helping out.
Arsenal looking for the 25th win in their last 27 FA Cup ties. Reyes this time does get a corner. Moments ago he seemed to be denied, this time he has won one.
Yeah, I don't think there's too many complaints from the Bolton players. I think they know it come off Anthony Gardner. Maybe just a little touch.
Arsenal's 3rd corner, 2nd of the second half. Reyes taps it short to Bergkamp. Ljungberg! Well, he had far too much room in there.
Did. He puffed his cheeks out because he knows it's a superb pass from Dennis Bergkamp. Picks him out, short corner, you don't know what they're going to do, they're going to keep it there. There's the space to cross it. He knows that's a good opportunity for him.
Davis. Stelios Yiannopoulos. Ljungberg won it strongly though for Arsenal. Here's Vieira. As Reyes making the run and finds the young Spaniard. Reyes to Pires, but the ball was played behind him and Candela was back. Clichy, that is a good ball to Flamini. Again, a useful performance by Flamini for Arsenal in that midfield. Clichy, beyond Talbot-Heim. Reyes off his man. Arsenal have missed another.
Great movement from Reyes in the box. Lovely play from Clichy. Fleet of foot, a skipping pass there by Naeem. He come, just draws the challenge around him, and watch Reyes here. He tries to go inside, outside he comes, creates the space for himself. A little bit wild with the finish.
If this slips away from Arsenal now, they will kick themselves.
I just feel Bolton will score.
Went the wrong way to find Bergkamp. Family has dragged down Gardner and will be cautioned. Knew he'd made the mistake and immediately pulled Ricardo Gardner down.
It's the extravagance. It's the extravagance, a little back heel. You can't be backheeling the ball there. You're putting your team under pressure. You already know the fullback's ahead of you. Quite right, he picks up a booking. Well, you can see, I mean, he's trying to play this maybe just off Gardner for a throw, but why take the chance? Now he's wrestled him to the ground. It's more a rugby tackle.
And Gotti with a free kick in towards Davis. Sondros and Vieira almost got in each other's way. Now Bergkamp to Ljungberg, he'll set Reyes away, and Pires is on the far side. If Reyes can see it, Talbenheim going back with the unspanning. Oh, he's left him for dead. The cover from Ngotti, and it's an Arsenal corner.
Superb play from him. That's a couple of good runs he's had. He's talked about a moment or two ago when he kept giving the ball away. But just look how he works the ball here. A little bit of a shimmy. Then he goes down the line again, Banim loses his footing. Now he's lacking support in the box, so he's just got to try and create a space to get a shot in.
Boozer from Bolton fans because Reyes and Bergkamp are taking their time over the corner with 11 minutes to go.
Yeah, I think the referee's noted it though.
Ljungberg, penalty error, but it's played back to Pires. Look at the space here, and for Vieira, thought about a shot. In the end, pokes it to Ljungberg. Speed was there, still Ljungberg, and Jeskalainen picks it up.
Toure was free on his left-hand side as well.
On powerfully. Ramani is there to cover. Well, we're going to make another substitution any moment now.
Starting to tie a little bit Bolton now.
Looking for Freddie Ljungberg. Wonder if we're going to see an appearance from Henrik Pedersen.
He's scored quite a few coming on as a sub, hasn't he?
Scored against Arsenal this season at Highbury in the draw. Arsenal defending very deep there inside their own penalty area, but it was 1-1 cleanly by Sondros, and again he's had a terrific game for Arsenal. I'd like to hear the thoughts of Lee Dixon afterwards on Philip Sondros, of course, who played alongside the legendary Arsenal centre-halves for all those years.
I still feel they're dropping too deep. Dropping too deep in general play and on set pieces. Once you drop inside the 18-yard box, the closer they get to the goalkeeper, just the more chance they've got of scoring from a header. You need to, what Arsenal need to do is dominate the Bolton front line and push them up.
The line goes off, defender, Pedersen comes on as striker. Candela, I presume, would drop back to a right side defensive position. If indeed they're going to cover back there, they must do. And there he goes, very top of your picture, just disappearing now. Suspicion of a handball by Reyes.
Looked like a handball, didn't it?
Vieira. To Pires, Candela was there with him. Nice handball by Nolan. Oh, he's got to be a little bit careful as well. One of the three Bolton players to pick up yellow cards. Vieira's free kick, too near Jeskalainen. Beaten in the 3rd minute of play by Freddie Ljungberg on a lovely Arsenal break forward. Clichy is there. Here's Candela. Just a little bit of a stumble by Stelios. Clichy has blocked him off.
Yeah, he's got the foul. Perez is coming back round to try and help, and Stelios is looking for a way out. He really can't get past the two of them. Just works it down the line.
Speed and Candela over the free kick, Chayed in the middle. Davis in there as well, and Nolan. Good punch away by Lehmann. Lowering forward, here's Ljungberg. Perez is up alongside him. Clever touch. Clever ball back to him. Turning away from Gardner into Perez. Reyes is now in the penalty area. And they've held the possession there magnificently.
It's just clever play. Experienced players.
Here's Vieira. And he's allowed to go on. And there's another yellow card for the challenge by Gianni.
Well, that chance was really created by Perez and Ljungberg.
I know Bolton will have their complaints about some of the earlier decisions, Mark, but 3 times now Arsenal have been denied shooting opportunities, efforts on goal by cynical fouls.
Well, potential shooting opportunities, yeah. I don't think there's any question that was one. Patrick Vieira.
Reyes, Bergkamp and Vieira are there. Bolton have left Stelios away downfield. Bergkamp, free kick! Super save!
I think he's had a good game, to be quite honest, Jääskeläinen. He knows that his second guess is there and goes across the side what the wall's covering. I don't think there's any question it was going in, was it? The footwork, it was a decent height for him. He guessed right.
Perez, short corner. Reyes. Arsenal will try and keep possession in these next 5.5 minutes as much as they can. Given away there though. Kandalar tries to clear it away, deflected off Perez now. Flamini, Vieira, Bergkamp, Vieira. Vieira's display today, Mark?
Well, I just think he's played a real captain's role. The last couple of times I've seen him, he's been outstanding up at Sheffield United in the cup. Oh dear, dear, dear.
Stelios again with a foul. Lauren is in real pain here.
Tackle from behind, it was late. The referee's done really well there to get in quick and get everybody else away. Well, that's yellow.
5 yellows and a red for Bolton.
Comes there, you can just see Lauren plays the ball. That's a really dangerous, clumsy challenge, that is.
All in all in the game, 8 cautions, Mark, and a sending off. 1 or 2 people might say, well, the referee, said it's still out early on with the sending off of El Hadjouf, but again, you have to look at El Hadjouf and say, he started it. It was his behaviour.
Set the tempo for it, didn't he? And with challenges like that, you've got no other option but to book. With the Kevin Davis one, you've got to book. The Perez one, he felt he dived. Reyes one, Flamini. So, sometimes you look and see too many yellow cards, but what can you do?
Speed. Here's Vieira. Clichy. Perez, you certainly get the feeling there won't be too many Christmas cards between Arsenal players and Bolton players this year. Flamini to Vieira. Ljungberg.
Such good awareness, Vieira.
Yes. Ljungberg just stopped. Off Lara. I don't think Vieira this season has been able to be as expansive box to box because they've missed Gilberto.
Gilberto and Edu for such long periods of the game for the season.
Out by Toure. Gardner. Ljungberg. Don't forget, coming up a little bit later on for you, 5 o'clock this evening, Southampton against Manchester United. Oh, Jääskeläinen's clearance really costing Bolton dearly. Southampton against Manchester United, tea time, and tomorrow lunchtime Blackburn against Leicester in the cup quarterfinals. there.
Just look how deep Arsenal keep dropping.
Ljungberg has to come covering back. Ricardo Gardner is in there. Away by Lauren.
I think we know exactly where this is going, and well, there wouldn't be a better time for Bolton to score. And they're putting Arsenal under a lot of pressure from these set pieces. Can one really pay off for them now?
Speed with the throw. And by Davis, oh, he was in there again, little Stelios.
I don't think he's got any complaints. Had a couple of really good chances. Really good. The first one especially headed straight in the keeper's hands from 5 or 6 yards. Here again, times his run really well, doesn't get picked up. It's a chance, that's such a good chance.
In the league game it went in.
Davies with a touch, yet again.
In the cup game it went over. Speed, Candela. Now Sonderos. Not a good ball away. Rushed the second attempt as well, but here's Gal Clichy. And Arsenal breaking menacingly. Bergkamp. Reyes is wide. Played just behind him. Now Bolton have bodies back. Ljungberg. Reyes screening it away.
It's just good play. It's good play from the forward, using his body well. And Gotti's so big and strong, but just protecting the ball with his body.
Aaron was closed very quickly. And unpleasantness there. He was fouled by Stelios, and it's bubbling up. There's been this undercurrent throughout, and
well, it's just 2 tackles within a few minutes of, you know, Lawrence. Quite rightly, he's annoyed because the tackle from behind, you know, it was a dangerous tackle, and then it's a similar challenge like that again. It's late.
I think Stelios could be in trouble here, though, because he's already had 1 yellow card.
Yes, he's already had one just a few moments ago for another late challenge on Lauren. Oh, he's going to book Lauren, is it, for pulling the shit, for using threatening behaviour, I suppose.
Well, Lauren's been pulled towards the referee. It's the 5th yellow card of the season, but it doesn't bring a suspension as we're into March. That's a poor challenge, and Stelios can consider himself fortunate, I think, as well. Aaron was stupid, daft.
I don't think there's any question about it. I can understand the frustration. There's just a minute or so to go, and but you know, once you've been booked like that, you're trying to put a bit of pressure on, but putting yourself in danger.
Perez, great ball out to him. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Perez, Flamini, Vieira, Aaron, pressurising him again. Reyes quickly on. Ljungberg, beautiful football by Arsenal on the break. Here's Bergkamp, onside! Oh. And Jääskeläinen did just enough.
Well, for most goalkeepers, it's about making a decision, and he makes the right decision. Good one-touch football from Arsenal. He knows Dennis Bergkamp's the only pass he's got. He's onside. It's a poor touch from Bergkamp, but he makes the right decision to come out so far from the goal.
Arsenal should have had the tie wrapped up ages ago.
They're sure they've had enough opportunity. It's going to go right down to the wire.
Reyes again screening it. Bolton need to keep cool heads here now.
Arsenal will be in no hurry to get that ball back in play. Well, you can imagine how annoyed he is, because there's been 1 goal between the 2 teams, and he's been playing with 10 men for the, well, 88 minutes, 87 minutes.
Perez has it. What would the outcome have been if Bolton had 11 players on the field of play?
Well, they're in a better chance than they've had with 10.
Game plan, as you said, Mark, straight away out the window.
And they've managed to put Arsenal under a lot of pressure, Jonathan, still with the 10 men.
Here's Reyes. Arsenal certainly have the better chances. And this time it's a Bolton throw. And we're into the last 30 seconds of stoppage time now. Flamini challenged strongly. Ljungberg away. And the Arsenal fans are singing. Vieira stretches. Vieira. Clichy. Bergkamp's calling for it. Players to his right. Holding possession.
Yeah, experience. Running down the clock.
We've had the 3 minutes of stoppage time. Arsenal just holding on to it. Lauren. Ljungberg. Vieira. Bergkamp. Pires on the outside. Ljungberg calling for it again. Robert Pires. Ljungberg. Oh, goodness me! That is the miss of the season. That is one of the misses of any season.
Well, they've had plenty of chances and they can't believe it. Fantastic football. It deserved the goal. It really did. Good play, good movement. The Perez here, the reverse ball's fantastic. Perez is just looking for that chance. Here it comes. Oh dear.
Arsenal are through to a 6th FA Cup semi-final, a 5th FA Cup semi-final in a row. It's their 7th in 8 seasons. And Sam Allardyce and Bolton beaten by an early goal by Freddie Ljungberg and beaten by a sending off for El Hadj Diouf. They had to play for 82 minutes with 10 men, and it's Ljungberg's goal that sends Arsenal through to the Hats on Monday, yet again in a competition that has become theirs over recent years. Celebrations for Patrick Vieira and Freddie Ljungberg, and Arsenal win it 1-0.
Well, Freddie Ljungberg was smiling